Okay, so UFO. You said there was a Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL vet claims in 2014 he came across a UFO on one of his missions. He said he saw an object in the distance while flying, and this object stood vertical. It was a wingless object, but it hovered. And he says it dropped down and it dropped right back up, and it made like a weird pattern. It had this real sporadic pattern, and supposedly he reported it, and then it just mysteriously just went away. The actual report and everything, which was interesting. Now I remember, I think back in 2012, the government admitted to there being a program or something that researched these type of things, and they shut it down. I don't know if they shut it down because of finances, like it just cost too much to keep the program up, or maybe they just felt like it wasn't.
Or did they buy it out?
Something happened to it.
Or maybe it's not really shut down.
I was gonna say, like, maybe
like,
they shut it down.
We'll finally admit that we did have a program researching this.
Because Area 51 was always a rumor, right?
But there was speculation of what Area 51 really was.
Okay.
Like there's one theory out there that says that Area 51 is actually the soundstage where they filmed the supposed moon landing.
Oh, that'd be interesting. True.
So
And
very interesting. I did see another report.
Clean everything up. Just get rid of the evidence if that's the case. That was back in like in the 60s.
Yeah, but then how do you erase what somebody saw and report it?
What do you mean?
Men in Black do it all the time.
So you're saying there's really a Men in Black? I didn't see it, by the way. I want to see it.
Probably.
I'm hearing mixed reviews about it. So
I wouldn't waste that.
It's a little too soon.
that's another, stay at home type thing.
Yeah.
I would say
go to that theater.
Alternative means.
Yeah.
I would say let's have a season.
Yeah. No, but then I heard this other report where this person saw a UFO, and then on either side of it were two Air Force pilots flying next to it as if it was escorting the UFO someplace. So I thought that was interesting.
So I believe in UFOs. I believe UFOs exist. I don't know the relationship with us.
UFOs or aliens?
Aliens.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because anything can be UFOs. So aliens. I believe aliens exist. I feel like not just the sightings and stuff, the Roswell stuff, and the pictures and all the accounts. There's a lot of information in there. People could be making this stuff up.
Right.
Could be.
But at the same time,
science.
Right.
I'm really into technology. I'm very curious about how certain things work. Wi-Fi, how we get information from the air, electric cars, light bulbs, all the stuff that we have that we've had inventions over the years. And when people talk about if aliens really exist and also the sighting, UFO sightings, I look at some of the technology we have for our own military. If you've seen the planes that we have and when we've had them, you talk about like the B-52, you talk about the Black Hawk bomber. When you look at a lot of those planes, the designs are so radical that
definitely the stealth bomber.
Yeah. And they're old.
Yeah.
And we forget how old they are. These planes was made in the 70s. But they, if you went to another country they'd never had or never seen these things and you brought that plane in, they would have thought it's brand new today in 2019. And I don't think that technology just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I feel
it was
like
inspired by something.
Exactly.
And I feel like we did make contact
somewhere.
And granted, I mean, the pyramids are still unexplained.
That's true. There's pyramids in the ocean as well.
Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's what they say.
There's a lot of unexplained things that have always fascinated me. The Bermuda Triangle is definitely one of them. I'm like always wondering, okay, what is it about that area? Because it's not just the ocean. It's in the sky too.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's some type of unexplained electromagnetic field that just messes everything up.
Right.
Yeah, proven too. You got to check out what was it that people who do the science thing? Mythbusters. Mythbusters actually showed that is actually real. The Bermuda Triangle actually has that electromagnetic field.
But what is the question? We still don't know exactly what it is.
Right.
No.
We just know it's in that area.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is. And why it scrambles signals, why electricity just gets knocked out where you can't. There was I forgot what documentary I watched on History Channel, but this guy was flying from Fort Lauderdale, away from Fort Lauderdale, towards the Bermuda Triangle. Something happened, And as soon as he passed the storm, he was back in Fort Lauderdale. But he didn't turn the plane.
This shit just turned him around.
Crazy.
No,
It's crazy.
It's not for you.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, I've always had the theory, and I stick by it. You know, there's no way.
we're the only living creatures
Yeah.
in the entire universe.
Well, not, universe. Like, you know, there's a universe. Okay, not just our solar system. You know,
Universe.
Universe. It's absolutely no way.
It's hard to believe that we're the only planet that has the means of sustaining life.
Yeah.
Now,
And life we haven't even fully discovered on our own planet.
right. They're saying
North
that
America.
life came from Mars because there's evidence that life used to be there.
Okay.
Right.
And then it was moved to Earth because this had a better living situation.
Environment. And now we fucked.
And now we're trying to go back?
because we fucked this planet up now, just like we fucked up Mars.
That's the interesting thing. We have this idea in media and for years what aliens look like, and they're always these giant heads, you know, big eyes, barely any nose,
Right.
like a Michael Jackson type.
Weird hands and shit.
Right, long super hands, weird pot belly, even though the rest of the body is huge.
Pot belly.
You're right.
And I feel like the actual truth is that they're not. They probably look like us. They're probably on this planet.
Think so?
I feel like if anything else, your body evolves.
I would be disappointed.
So even how weird we have this idea about, you know, aliens have this huge head, right? Go back to prehistoric times where we had the Cro-Magnons. They had a, you know, beam type head that was kind of cone-ish.
Yeah.
We found evidence. Over time, though, it's come down. You talk about the melanin in our skin, and how if you are from like the sub-Saharan, you're a little bit darker skinned if you're on that side. If you're out there in, you know, Sweden, you're lighter, you're a little bit more fair skinned because of the sun.
Well, that's why I expect them motherfuckers to be green.
why.
With pot bellies and weird fingers.
But what does the green, what practicality does the green skin have?
Maybe the aliens on Venus, maybe they're green.
Maybe. We don't know. We don't know the
It
conditions.
would make sense though.
What is?
So you think their
Why
flesh,
green, though?
you
Because
think
it's
their
a green
flesh
planet. What do you
has
mean?
chlorophyll in their melanin?
Our
Is
planet's
that what it-
blue, bro.
No,
Nobody's
Venus.
blue. No, here on Earth.
I'm talking about Venus.
Our planet's blue and green. Nobody's blue and green here.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
So you think chlorophyll is in their melanin to make it green?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
That makes sense.
Listen, I didn't think about it that deep. Okay? If I see an alien, I want to know that that's an alien. I don't want a motherfucker that looks like me. Don't come to me looking like me because I won't
Because
respect
now you don't know
You gotta
who is
blend
who.
You gotta blend in though.
Okay,
Just like Men in Black.
shapeshifter.
Just like Men
Cool,
in
be a
Black.
shapeshifter.
Skrulls, the good ones.
But let your original shape be some weird shit that I expect. You can't look like me. I have a different level of respect for you. Don't do that.
The only thing is that I was watching, I don't remember if it was a movie or if this is something they were talking about on the news, and I gotta get it for sure, it's gonna drive me crazy. It was this theory about why we haven't run into any other life, and it was amazing. It was about how long it takes to travel, and how the solar systems, how long it takes to get from one place to another.
Right,
and
yes.
space is so massive that we, based on the numbers and the sheer volume of space and matter out there, that it's possible that we'll never run into each other. It's just too much. It's like me going into the ocean here in Fort Lauderdale Beach, and then you go into the ocean at Pompano Beach and saying that we'll probably swim and meet each other at some point. I have no idea what point you came in at. You're underwater, I'm underwater.
Right.
It's just so massive, and I thought, what a concept. But then we have stuff like UFOs and the strange things we can't explain that happen here. And I'm like, to your point, maybe we did come from Mars originally. Maybe we are the aliens that we are still searching for.
What if we're being researched? Which we probably are.
Well, I mean, you hear about these abductions and people
I
getting
don't think we
probes.
passed this global warming and stuff. I don't think we did a good job of this. Hit that reset button.
But that's what I mean. Maybe aliens probably have a better living space than we have. They come here and visit here and see the shit that we deal with.
And they just leave. Like, nope.
Can't do that. You know, they see how global warming has done this planet. You know, maybe they take notes or whatever and go back to theirs and okay,
So why the fascination with studying the human bodies? You know, the people that get abducted and probed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because it's an interesting species. I mean, if you think about it from even in a biblical sense, there's some mirror images when you think about how angels view humans.
Yeah.
They're this fascinating creature. They're trying to understand
They can't
what God
really describe. They only understand it from their own perception.
Right.
That's why there's huge arguments on how, like in the biblical times we were talking about like a chariot of fire took him up into the sky. People are speculating that back at that time, that's the only way they could describe it because they didn't have technology that could basically explain what it was. Now we could look at that same thing and we're like, no, it's not a chariot of fire. That's XYZ of this time. You know what I mean? So it's really fascinating. Even with the if you go to certain places in the country where you have like this giant stairway that not regular human beings can walk up. So who were they built for? So who were they built for? Somebody had to use them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just little things here and there that just blow your mind and fascinate you.
I think that's the whole thing, is that humans,
I feel like humans are just scratching the surface.
I think we know. You know what I mean? We seem very plain Jane. I mean, to us, it's our perspective. This is our everyday life. A flower is a flower, a tree is a tree, an asshole is an asshole. It just is what it is.
Right.
But then, when they look at us, it's something different. I guess it's the same way we look at certain animals we've never encountered.
Yeah,
like when you first figure out the Komodo dragon, you're like, oh my goodness.
Or even animals we do encounter, like think about like ants and how their communities work, right? And how like if you've ever seen an ant healed in half or whatever, and just all the inner workings of it, or even like a bee's nest. It's interesting. As small as it is,
they're organized.
To us, it's something remarkable. So I can understand how something bigger than us will look at us the same way, in the same light. It's crazy.
Let's minimize the amount of talk we do on these conspiracies before we
get take that topic off. What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, also, really quick before we go off the topic, what I wanted to say is that I think it was CNN was talking about how other countries have just admitted that there are UFO sightings, and they've had made information that the governments have collected public to the people. Other countries.
No, like a lot of stuff was declassified.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
America not so much, but other countries have been doing that.
They like to keep us in a box.
No, of course.
It's not a lot. It's only like 4 of them.
USA is its own pocket dimension.
Yeah, I think